sorry?
Get in the car. Let's go.
Who are you? Can you slow down?
I have places to be.
What does that mean? There's a car right there, miss. This is literally the worst drive ever. That was a stop sign.
No time for stops.
Good afternoon, Robert. Welcome to Lyft's new autonomous car service. Our new service was designed with you in mind. This new technology will provide you with an enhanced experience. Wonder how it works? There are currently 8 cameras and 12 ultrasonic sensors that surround the vehicle, giving it up to 250 meters of range to process data. The onboard computer uses visual, sonar, and radar detection to provide a view of the world that drivers don't have access to. This new technology will be able to pick you up at your location and safely get you to your destination without the need of human intervention. All of the vehicle's internal controls, such as temperature and radio, are adjustable by voice commands. When you are ready to begin your ride, please confirm your destination and let us do the rest. Enjoy Lyft's new autonomous service, and we look forward to picking you up again.
Hi, I'm Tyler with Group 2, and our team is representing the rideshare service Lyft and their race to develop and add a driverless future to the company. So I'm going to give the introduction and then pass it along to my colleague Robert. So let's just start with what is an autonomous car or autonomous vehicle? Um, we all know them as the driverless cars that we've been reading about for the last couple of years, a self-driving car. So what this is a vehicle that is capable of sensing its environment and navigating without human input. So without most human input or hands-free, things like that, those are not what we're talking about. We are indeed talking about a car that can 100% drive itself without any users input at all. So the autonomous vehicle is definitely the way of the future. It's a future that has already started to arrive in this decade. And the thought of cars without drivers is both exciting and terrifying to some. So the ethical concern of putting the life of a human being in the hands of a robot is a little bit scary. Um, but there's a lot of benefits that are going to come from this. We'll be able to help the elderly get around, disabled will have an easier time. Even bad drivers can be eliminated with this technology among the many, many other applications. So you have car companies like BMW, Volvo, Tesla, and many more pouring billions of dollars into this emerging technology. What they're doing with that is developing sensors and cameras that are going to react to traffic, along with the infrastructure and even people like pedestrians. Um, what we see in the current state is a very advanced system. We can see a system that's relative to the driver themselves, that's more reliable at things like parallel parking and collision avoidance, and as I mentioned a minute ago, hands-free driving. So the future is very alluring. It's not just car companies that are looking into the space. So you've even got tech giants like Google. They've clocked over 2 million miles so far and just inked a new deal with Fiat Chrysler to put another 100 self-driving prototypes on the road. And there's a majority, or I'm sorry, there's a lot of other major companies that you'll read about all the time. But there's also a lot of new startups that are covering everything from solutions to um, processing, sensors, connectivity, mapping, and then, of course, algorithms and safety. Um, so where did this technology come from? If you look back all the way to the 15th century, the first described self-driving vehicle was Da Vinci when he created the self-propelled cart for a workshop. And ever since then, mainly in the introduction of actual automobiles, ever since then we've had a advance in technology decade after decade, rapidly evolving in the last 10 years or so here for us. And that's because of the new technological capabilities for how vehicles can actually communicate or see the road and their environment and also keep their passengers safe, which is first and foremost. So this technology has definitely come to be out of necessity. Driver error is blamed for over 90% of crashes, which translates into over 1.2 million people who die on the roads every year. And as we mentioned, we're developing this technology at such a rapid pace. The speed of human and technological innovation is outpassing the regulations currently in place. That's an issue that the rideshare industry is actually very familiar with. So with that, I'm going to pass it along to Robert and let him.
So, how do these vehicles work? Autonomous vehicles are powered by many sensors of different capabilities. First, ultrasonic sensors, which detect objects or obstacles in the car's immediate vicinity. The range of these sensors is from 0 to 2 meters. Second, image sensors. Cameras are able to detect colors and fonts, which make it easy for the car to read traffic signs, traffic lights, and lane markings. The range of these sensors is 0 to 120 meters. Radar sensors are able to track the speed of surrounding vehicles and contribute to the safety of the autonomous vehicle. The range of these sensors is 0 to 250 meters. LiDAR, which is light detection and ranging sensors, allow obstacles to be clearly identified. The car is able to determine another vehicle versus a pedestrian. The cars will also share the information it received to a cloud computing service. It will use information from other vehicles in the area to analyze traffic patterns that the sensors cannot detect. Providing feedback to other autonomous cars on the road will help reduce the chances of human error while driving.
As technology evolves, autonomous vehicles develop newer and more improved equipment. These vehicles are capable of detecting their surroundings and navigating without human input. Their advanced control systems interpret sensory information to identify appropriate navigation paths and to distinguish between different cars on the road. The first autonomous vehicle appeared in the 1980s. Since then, many major companies such as Ford, Mercedes, and Tesla are collaborating with research organizations to develop successful working prototype autonomous vehicles. With continued research and development, autonomous vehicles will continue to advance to ensure safety and efficiency. It is safe to assume that these new machines will join human drivers on the road sooner than we think.
In addition to Waymo, the potential business application Lyft can utilize in their quest to develop an autonomous vehicle are Waze, which is a company that creates maps and updates them in real time, DSRC, which stands for Dedicated Short Range Communication, allows for communication between vehicles and the infrastructure. Nutomny, which Waze already has a partnership with, detects speed, motion, and allows for maneuvering with ease. And also, Automania detects the traffic jams, self-parks, and debugs and diagnoses the system. And all these applications can run together with the help of QNX. Regardless of the business application, Lyft needs to have a strong business plan because Uber, its main competitor, is ahead of the game.